Welcome back to another exciting episode of Live with RxMuscle's March to the Olympia 2015, sponsored by Results Nutrition. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and we're here tonight with IFBB Bikini Pro Sarah Leblanc, less than 1 week out from the Miss Bikini Olympia. Welcome, Sarah. Oh, Sarah, where are you? We seem to be having technical difficulties, but I will promise you that Sarah is here because I saw her before and was making her hit front double bicep poses, even though she is a bikini competitor, and she was really good at it. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Dave. How's it?
I was telling everyone about the front double bicep poses I was making you hit earlier today. Now, this is the leanest I've ever seen you. Your abs are just amazing looking. I have to believe that this is going to be the best conditioning you've ever brought to the stage.
Yeah, I've been critiqued a little bit tighter, and I'm real excited. I feel like my upper body's kind of balancing with the lower body now. I've really been focusing a lot on the lower half, just really contouring and bringing that in as dry and tight as I can, and just kind of bringing the upper body down a little bit. So I'm real excited to see my balance on stage this year, and just been pushing myself really hard, working in the gym. So
you're one of these competitors where, in bikini at least, where you look better leaner. Sometimes, the judges will tell competitors, don't come in too lean. But when you come in fuller, you don't do as well as when you come in super lean. So obviously the judges aesthetically must like you better when you have lower body fat and you're drier on stage. Is that the plan going into the Olympia?
Exactly. Yeah, Coach Cash, Guidry, and I, we really, it's a science, just really dialing in with the diet and the training and keeping the body responding. After the last couple of years, I've done show after show, and your body kind of gets used to the same prep method. So we threw in a few more tricks in the bag this time, got my metabolism nice and fired up. I've been doing a lot of HIIT training, changing up my training style. And, I'm really excited at how that's balanced me. I feel like it's really helped me achieve my goals coming to the Olympia. So
now, last year at the end of 2014, you were really on fire. You won the Phoenix Europa Pro Show. Then you did the Ferrigno Legacy Classic. You won that as well. So you ended the year with 2 wins. Obviously, a lot of momentum going into this year. At the Arnold this year, you finished 8th, which I know was a little bit of a disappointment for you. You came back with 2 second-place finishes in St. Louis and the Greater Gulf States. Shows that people thought, you could have possibly got the win. Do you feel like you're in a good mental state now going into the Olympia?
Definitely. It's amazing how everything happens for a reason. It opens up your eyes to things. It really helps you to dial into the look that you're really trying to reach. Whereas I felt like after my wins, I started kind of falling into the pack and started to mold into what maybe the judges were looking for rather than what was Sarah's best look that she can bring to the stage. So I've taken it back to a lot of the things that were, I was even doing right when I took home those wins, in St. Louis and the Ferrigno Phoenix last year. And that was when I really challenged myself, intense cardio along with the weight training and resistance training and, diet technique. So, a really good balance. And I feel like I'm in that same balance, like mind and body connection state going into the Olympia. So I feel good.
Now, when I go and cover a show and I'm on my feet all day, and then I have to go to the gym the next day, I'm like, wow, my legs are killing me. I can't believe I got to train legs. You kind of are on your feet all day. You own your own salon, right? Hair salon?
Stationed over at the salon and run my business all day. And, I'm on my feet a lot. I'll go from my wedges into my sneakers, and it feels so good at the end of the day to slip into those. But I've learned that I have the luxury of kind of leaving midday. I do midday training, go back into the salon, That way, my energy levels are still high and I'm still getting the most out of my workouts. I do my cardio even before I go into the salon. Morning's the best way to get your body like really ramped up. I've also incorporated fasted cardio into my regimen, just going into the Olympia, which I've never had to do before. But it is a great aspect. I feel like it's really helping to keep my body responding and my metabolism fired up throughout the day.
Is it
So
hard though to work like a full-time job, to be at work all day? A lot of these competitors, all they do is train, eat, and sleep. I mean, you have a real job. I mean, you're on your feet. It's not a desk job. It has to add a challenge to get to preparing for competition, I would think.
it does. It really adds to the challenge. But what I love the most about competing is, the mind frame that you really get in and the focus factor that you get into to get yourself on stage. There's going to be challenges and obstacles, whatever your day consumes of. And I just feel like it kind of outpours into the other areas of my life. So even at the salon and everything, I feel like I'm more on track, I'm more organized, I'm more mentally connected, at those times. So, that's how I love that energy that you get from even this whole positive lifestyle, for sure.
Now, I was speaking to a lot of the women this past week. Obviously, India Paulino, Candice Keene, Juliana Malacarni, and a lot of them have trouble, finding relationships because this sport is so time consuming and all consuming, so to speak, that a lot of men have trouble, understanding it. Now, you're married. I know your husband is very supportive, but when you're getting ready for a show, you're training twice a day. You're at the salon all day. It's got to be tough on your relationship because, I'm sure you guys probably hardly even see each other aside from, when you get home at night, to cook your meals.
Well, we're really lucky that we have a good, happy balance as well with that. I'm able to train at the facility that my husband works in. So this last year, we made a big move from Houma, Louisiana into Baton Rouge and kind of developed a little bit more of a balance even in our lifestyles to kind of make everything flow. We were actually moving, I think, the month before the Olympia last year, we made the move. So that kind of tells you where things were at as far as like being real fast paced and busy with prep going into the Olympia. This year I had like a year of balance where, even for our lifestyles, we're able to have breakfast together, go off to work. I meet him midday. I train at the same facility. We see each other, in the evenings, of course. So, I'm lucky to be able to balance my life in the fitness industry and be able to enjoy it together. Not every day we're able to like work out together. That would be ideal, but he has different goals and lifts a lot heavier weight as well. So, there's some days that we like to get together and get to train together because that's awesome right there. That's always the best.
Now, as part of your diet regimen, are you allowed to have cheat meals, like at least once a week? Do you get a free meal here and there?
Yeah, most definitely. Sometimes it's hard to mentally connect after you're so clean and then, you got to go eat this big old meal. But I've learned to enjoy it. I really push myself harder even after I eat that meal. It's a mental thing, I guess. And, I can see how that works in the diet tactics. I can see my body actually going a little flat and needing some sort of spark. And the cheat meal once a week does fire you back up again. You'll hold a little bit of water, but you won't put all the fat from it if you just have that one deserving cheat meal. And then you just go back clean with it. And about 2 or 3 days later, I come back and I'm actually lost a few pounds from, manipulating my metabolism in that way, firing it up.
What's a typical cheat meal for Sarah LeBlanc?
Well, I usually do sushi because we're sushi fans and I don't get to get it as often as I like. But there are times where my dietitian's like, you need to have a dirty cheat. Like sushi's not dirty enough. So my choices would be pizza. Absolutely love pizza because we're very limited to bread. So I can eat all the crust. Love it. And then our burger and fries. I think those are like most bodybuilder typical cheat meals right there. But
My top three for certain, yeah.
it's amazing that I'm from the South. I don't miss the local cuisine here. The stews or the gumbos or etouffee, things like that. But I'll have to get me some of that one day too, because it's been a while.
Got to come down there one of these days and get some good old Cajun cooking because I miss it. I haven't been there in a long time. Now, explain to the people watching. There's a lot of women who are watching who are aspiring to be like you and be up on the Olympia stage. What is the Olympia experience like? You've obviously experienced it before. As a competitor, how does it compare to any other shows, and why is it such a great experience for you?
I think just, having the opportunity to step on that stage, you already feel like you've accomplished and won so much, because it took so much to get there, So for me, it was just a really fun time. I tried to absorb in every aspect of the stage, and it just made you feel absolutely beautiful. It was like a treat at the end of the year to be able to see all your hard work, on stage, and be able to share it with all the other ladies from all around the world, and that's what's the beauty of it for me, and being able to just have fun and enjoy what I do, and of course look my best doing it. It pushes you to do your best. And for the Olympia, it's even more motivating. It's the biggest show of the year, so I felt like that was a lot of motivation for me to just bring my best to the stage, and just really, and that, I think that's how it should be for any show. You should be, 110 or 20% in, or don't do it at all, kind of thing. So,
Do you have a lot of women who contact you after they see you competing and tell you, hey, I love how you look, I want to look like you, help me out, or steer me in the right direction? Have you noticed a lot more of that recently with your success?
well, I think more ladies are contacting me a lot for posing assistance, and how to carry themselves confidently on stage. And, I probably did about 23, 24 shows before I won my first show. And one of the best advice that I had gotten from one of the higher ups in Louisiana told me, she said, think about yourself every second you're up there, a picture being taken of you. So, every second you look your best. And that really helped me. And once I started getting good pictures is when I really started doing well on stage. So I think more of the ladies do reach out to me just because of my stage performance and my stage presence on stage. And I think that signature side pose that I like to, hit on stage. I think a lot of them like to reach out to me for that. And then, of course, I try to encourage them to get with a credible dietitian. I definitely recommend Cash because he's led me to this way. Every step of the way he's been by me, manipulate my diet, weekly progress. This last 3 years. So, but if not, then I'll work with any lady and just help them with. It's actually like a little choreographed routine. We'll break it down and work through all the footsteps and everything, and just make sure that they know at every second, they look their best to get good pictures.
What's the best way to get in touch with you? Through your Facebook?
Well, on Instagram or Facebook, you can message me directly. I do have my email address. It's IFBB Sarah Leblanc @gmail.com, and you can reach me there as well for posing. So yeah, really easy to be connected with. So please reach out if you need some help.
I can tell you firsthand, Sarah's a very personable person, and if you're looking for help in bikini posing or anything like that, definitely give her a call. But right now, we got the Olympia coming up in a week, Sarah. Obviously, we'll be there rooting you on, and the whole Species Nutrition family is rooting for you. You're our horse in the, so to speak, in the race. A lot of people ask me, what products all our different athletes seem to use a lot. I know one of your favorites is Fiberlize. Tell our viewers why you like Fiberlize so much.
Well, I find it just really helps keep my lower abdominal nice and sleek. A lot of the competitors, especially, they'll come up to me like, Sarah, I'm just really uncomfortable. I don't want to pose today because I'm really uncomfortable and bloated. And just with all the protein that we eat, if you're not getting enough vegetables in, I think, of course, if you up your vegetables, you can maybe balance it a little bit. But the Fiberlize just definitely keeps everything really nice and I guess flowing easy for you. No bloating or no constipation. So good to go.
You just said it. I mean, let's face it. and you know this as well as I know this, a lot of women and men, but mostly a lot of women competitors have constipation issues when they're dieting because their carbs are so low. And that could be a big detriment on stage, especially because, we see a lot of these women with a big lower abdominal, this bloated distension, and we can't figure out, a lot of women don't know why it's happening. It's just because they're not emptying their bowels properly.
Exactly. And, I was really impressed with the product even before I was sponsored with you guys. And, it worked really well for me. A little tip, too, is I actually like to chill it. I like it to form into like a little Jell-O consistency. Chill it. And it's such a good snack. I mean, we're dieting so hard and it tastes so good that, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. But it is a little treat, at any time of the day. And just with my experience, it recommends a full scoop, but 3/4 for most ladies works better. So that's another little tip for you.
Well, thanks for that little tip on how to keep your stomach flat, to say things politically correct. And once again, we'll see you up on stage Friday at the Olympia Expo of next week. Sarah, best of luck. We'll see you in Las Vegas.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.
We'll do it for another episode of Live with RxMuscle's March to the Olympia 2015, sponsored by Results Nutrition. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.